Tozan Bokokon Police Salvation Today I'm doing videos because of I couldn't get Umagoko where I went to. So today I dedicate the whole day to her, but she's not well, so she can't see anyone. So I'll be doing videos from wherever I go, wherever I relax, trying to check the country, to feel the atmosphere, the weather, just to adjust. Your calling is your calling. I did a shot on this, and I've realized that people are hungry for that information. Koko, what do you mean when you say your calling is your calling? And I've learned this the hard way, and it's just that when I've learned it the hard way, I was matured enough to understand what I'm going to share with you. Ukuthi, your calling is your calling. Your calling is something that you are born with. It's not something that you get as you grow. It's not something that you get on the way. It's not a career. A calling is not something that you get to have an interest in. It's something that you are born with, but you were not interested in it. Then later, you start now to pay attention into it. That is a calling. A calling has nothing to do with anyone in your family. Ogote, they had a calling and they refused their calling. Now that calling comes to me. No, no, mm-mm. No. I refuse. A calling is personal, and I'll give as few examples as possible. People who were born into a musical uh, background. Uh, let's say I don't know a lot about the Bala family, uh, where Uzwai comes from. Let's say the mother and the father of Uzwai, or their mother from the Bala family, uh, was a musician or was born a singer, and they refused to take that calling for them to sing. So are we saying the Bala family, Uzwai and the siblings, they are singing today? They are well known in singing because of their mother or their father has refused their calling as singers. It's a question. Angilwe. I'm asking. I'm giving a typical example. Most of us we know Uzwaibana. I'm asking if Mama or Baba Kazwai was a singer and they refused to sing. I don't know if they're singers. I don't know much about them. But if ever they were singers and they refused to sing as much as they were told, wow, Spaniban, you can sing. How, Mr. Bala, you can sing, whatever. And they refused intentionally to accept their calling. Are we saying right now, Uguti, Bona, they are singers and they are doing well in music with the siblings because of their parents refused to sing? The late Sibongile Khumalo. Are we saying Usisi Sibongile, as she was a singer, so there was no one else that will be a singer in her kids, because Yena, she was a singer. She accepted her calling as a singer. How many parents have not been fortunate to work, to go to school? Are we saying everybody that has worked hard, have worked to school, went to school, graduated, and everything, they're working at good jobs, they are doing well because they took the things that their parents didn't want to do? Now I'm unpacking the calling. Let's say your calling is become one of the best engineers, or your father's calling was to be a best engineer. Then your father refused to be an engineer. Are we saying you are an engineer because of it was your father's calling? Sishonjan, I did unpack this on one of the videos, but I'll repeat it in a different way maybe. What is a calling? Maybe we should have started there. Yeah, Boko, explain to us what is a calling. A calling is something that you are born with, that you will be, and you can do it without any hassle. It will happen naturally to you in a way that can surprise other people to say, wow. That's why I always make an example about singing. There are people who sings very well and they make sing like it's easy because it's their calling. Calling doesn't mean ukuthi uyisangoma, uyinyanga, umbelethisi, ugida ingoma, whatever. It doesn't mean that only. If ever they're saying ukuthi you have a calling, don't conclude of being a sangoma. That's why we have such many so-called inyanga and sangomas who went for training and they've trained for fuck all, for nothing. That's why other people are stuck with Amapai, the beats, Ishoba, bones, and everything. They were not supposed to because they couldn't unpack, understand, and research what calling do they have. There are people, as we speak, their own training. They are being forced to do things they are not capable of because that is not the calling that they were supposed to be embarking on. No, it's not. They are on the wrong journey. They have just embarked on a wrong journey of becoming izangoma inyanga. No, no. You know, when I got a job to work at independent newspapers under the Star newspaper, the way things were easier for me to get in, I really swear to God to say, this is a calling they were talking about, to be in the media. That's what I thought. Why? Because that's what happened easier. But back in my mind, I knew Uguti. There was this other calling that I know Uguti I was supposed to be doing. But I've changed my mind. I've lied to myself to say, no, 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 no. Media. Media. As a photojournalist. Media. And I was lying to myself. Back to where I was supposed to be. Back to where I was supposed to be. But ancestors were just showing me, Oguti, if you started with this, with us as a healer, you were going to end up here. But because of you started here, you'll end up with us. Simple. But there are people today who are training. Ha ke batle ho bona motseng wa motho. Nna ntho tsa ka ke a iketsetsa. Ke tla iketsetsa ko wena. That's what my grandmother said. There's somebody hey, people are mentally disturbed. There's somebody who went on social media and he said, yeah, he didn't even twice. He didn't even go for training. He didn't even go for initiation to become a Sangoma. Who said all the Sangomas they must go through initiation? What is initiation according to you? Because if ever you are a healer, it simply means you were born with that thing. Because initiation is when there's a need from your ancestors for you to go and be polished up. Mina, to all the people that came at home for initiation to become sangomas and everything, I always told them, Uchi, you are a sangoma already. You are umelap already. My job is very easy, is to polish you up, is to modify you, is to prepare you. If your ancestors, they want somebody else to prepare you. It is not to start you from the scratch. So your dreams are important. What you see at night, your visions and everything is very important. Because I need to follow what your ancestors are telling me. That's why even people that I'm assisting now, Uba Potula, or Mahlango, or Dlamini, or Lokuzano, or Mabaso, or Lokuzano, or Mhlanga, it's effortless to me because they have a calling. My duty is to polish that calling, only prepare them, graduate them to say, guys, now you are ready to face people's problems because you need a mentor that will do that. I do have mentors, not a mentor, mentors, mean, till today. And one of the things that I came here, that I want to see this old woman that I came to see, is mentorship on a certain part of healing. I know that I can do that part of healing. I will talk about it as soon as I saw her. I know I can do that, but I'm not comfortable with it. It's not something that I can do it, like, how can I put it? Anytime. If if I'm being given a task to do such, I really need to have at least a week in preparing for that. And I know that I love doing it, just that I'm not into tea with it. And I'm afraid I will have more people that needs it. For now, it's very, very minimum people that needs that. I think that's about 3 or 4 people, maybe in the year, that are looking for that from me. And out of 3 or 4 people that are looking for that from me, only one understands when I say it's something that I love doing, but I'm not into it that much because of I still lack some of information on it. That's why I'm here. That's one of the reasons I'm here. So the client will say to me, Coco, this is what I want. And I say, this is where I can get it. I know for sure I can get it in this country. Then the client says, it's fine, Coco, go and fetch it for me. I'll buy tickets for you and do everything, right? Then I'm here to do it. But I make it clear to a client to say, listen, nigga, don't say I'm in Turkey because of your money. I'm in Turkey because of I agreed because I also want to go and learn something else. Because what I came here for her, it's totally different from what I know what I came here for the client. I know it's not something that I need to stress about, to stretch my head. How will I go about this and everything? I know for a fact what it. How will I go about it? It's not something that will make me not to sleep. No, that's a pure calling. There are people who are gifted again for music, for cooking, to be engineers, teaching, teaching. We used to be taught by old women at schools, young women at schools, young men at schools, and you can tell with it, this teacher is called for this. somebody that will explain something that has been explained to you by many teachers, but it's like the first time they explain to you. Have you ever been to that situation? Yeah? Solving for X has been explained to you by some mathematics teacher, but this one unpacks it for you in a manner that is amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. In the manner that is so amazing. Somebody that has a true calling will simplify things for you, will explain things in a way that you truly understand. Or what it, oh, this is what it means. This is what it means. Oh, why I didn't know this? No, it's because of it was not time. One, two, you were getting to know about it from a wrong people. So here we are. We are discussing again the issue of your calling. It's your calling to be a good mother. It's a calling. Not everyone can be a good mother. No, not every woman is a mother. Not every man is a father. It takes a good father to be a father. To be a good parent, it's a calling. To be a good parent on its own, it's a calling. Have you ever heard this thing that, oh, let me ask this one. Let me be personal. Have you ever been in a situation whereby your mom prepares amankanyanis? Amankanyanis, it's an off cut. They call it sawdust or whatever, but it's meat off cuts from the machinery and everything. Mostly it has a lot of fat. So when we were sent to buy amankanyanis, or people that used to come at home to buy starter, they will come with amankanyanis in exchange with African beer, which my mom was selling, which you grew up with. We're gonna get two things out of that. We're going to have fat that you can use to cook, fry eggs, whatever, and we used to have meat on it that we're going to eat. My mom will cook that thing in many, many ways that we enjoyed it every time she prepares it. My mom knew how to penetrate the kitchen, how to go in and out of the kitchen, and you eating amazingly so. My father's was. Most of my friends they don't know cooking of my father, they know, of my mother, they know cooking of my father because of how he used to do things. Stuffed chicken, pig head. My friends knows, and not all the parents can do that using what is available. Only what is available to come up with nothing but amazing dish at the end of the day. It's a calling. A parent that does what it takes, the end means for their kids to be happy. It's a calling. It's a calling. Not gonna talk about the bad parents and everything. No, we're not there. Let's focus. Let's be positive. It's a calling. A parent that gives you hope, that says, Uzolo, that knows how to make sure Uguti, they advise you accordingly. It's a calling. Not anyone can do it. Not anyone can be a sangoma, a inyanga. Not anyone can be a musician. Not anyone can be a cook. Not anyone can be a bricklayer. Not anyone can be a plumber. I spoke about this guy who passed on, who used to be a painter, a, your mere painter, somebody that paints the walls, but he was doing something with the brush, that guy, because he was called for painting. But we are sensitive to talk to our children about those kind of work. We think that work it's meant for a certain people. If a child asks you, "Hey, Daddy, what do you want me to be? A doctor, engineer?" All these funny, what you call, funny names that you can think of. I call it funny names because of that's the only thing that we think of. It's happening. My son is amazing because they went to varsity. From varsity, they went to work for something. I remember when we influenced, we tried because we failed. When we tried to influence my daughter to do communication instead of straight teaching, she refused. She refused because we came criticizing teachers are not getting work, what. But she knew what she wanted. She knew what she wanted. And today she's a teacher. In the midst of many teachers staying at home, not working, she's a teacher because she's passionate about it. She followed her calling. If you can ask me if Coco, your daughter that you're talking about, does she has a calling? Yes, she does. To become a teacher. That's what she is. Not to become Inyanga, Isangom and everything. No, no, no. She does have a calling. And she's working on her calling. So let's understand the calling. Ukuthi it's ours and only ours because it's ours. And then we can move forward with our lives. Let's research before you go for that training to become a Sangoma. Make sure there are many things that you can zoom in and check in terms of, am I born with this? Do I really have to be umele apho indawo? Why am I convinced? It must be something that you are told by Ukoko Batini Mbati. Then you jump for it and everything. Ukoko Batini Mbati said I must become young. Sengenyanga manje and everything. What if Ukoko Batini Mbati bekaphethe papalazi njena when he told you that? Guys, let's be realistic. No, no, no. Let's refuse to jump for things. Sarwa sendo Ukoko Batini Mbati. Ona la a Turkish. Oh, so